I wasn't going to cover Gris. Well, actually that's a lie. It was going to be a game that I played through with commentary as a Let's Play series. I'd heard it was relatively short, so I thought it'd be a great candidate for that kind of coverage. But after only playing it for a few minutes, I realised two things. One, I was not going to ruin the entire game's sublime ambience and atmosphere with my vaguely ridiculous voice. And two, Gris deserves a bit of a deeper dive. Gris is the first effort from Barcelona-based studio Nomada, described by its developers as, quote, an experience free from frustration or death, end quote, and was said to also be an art-led project, with Nomada being comprised of professional artists and illustrators from both inside and outside the games industry. Naturally, such claims produced both intrigue and concern, as trailers for the project depicted an undeniably beautiful side-scroller with atmosphere in droves, but seemingly a simplistic and straightforward-looking gameplay system, which could have seen the experience grow stale if handled incorrectly. Fortunately, Nomada have sculpted an experience in Gris that balances such elements perfectly, creating an experience that never overstays its welcome, or tires over its 4-hour or so playtime. Now, let's get this out of the way up front. Gris is not a challenging game, and that's definitely by design. In my time playing it, I never got stuck, I never died, and I never became frustrated with any element of how it played or progressed. And it's that last point that is key to understanding Gris's appeal. While many, myself included, enjoy extremely challenging games often in our spare time, Gris is a game that instead acts as a counterbalance to that. It's a game to play while relaxing with a hot beverage at your side and a blanket in tow. I played through Gris in one sitting with a great pair of headphones and a pot of Earl Grey tea in a dark room on a cold, rainy Sunday, and I can think of few games that suit such a situation better. Speaking of which, while Gris is undeniably unique, there are several games which tonally align with its serenity and introspective ambience. Journey, Abzu, Flower, and even The Unfinished Swan. If you liked any of these games, Gris is a no-brainer for you. Not because it plays like them, or because the story being told is particularly similar, but because its focus upon engendering certain emotions in the player make it feel like a distant relative of the same family. As with many of its contemporaries, Gris does not tell a straightforward narrative, or perhaps doesn't tell its narrative in a conventional manner or context. The game begins with a titular character waking up in the palm of a giant statue. Jaded and weary, Gris tries to sing out but is instead choked by an unseen dark force. As the statue crumbles and Gris falls down towards a colourless domain far beneath. From here, she must reconstitute both a path forward and the world itself by introducing its colours one at a time and building bridges across crumbled landscapes using collected dots which coalesce into platforms resembling astronomical constellations. It's an interesting premise that fits the game's tone and also leaves enough for the player to fill in. It could never be described as narrative-driven, but this was once again clearly the intent. Gris provides just enough for the player to connect with, just enough to care about, while simultaneously creating the perfect backdrop for it to hang its art-focused design upon. And regarding its design, Gris is a strange beast. As mentioned earlier, it's never challenging or trying to test the player's abilities. Like I said, I never got stuck once. However, what it does do is continue to push the player to progress by varying its layouts and environments, drip-feeding new abilities for movement options, and never allowing the player to feel like any particular direction is the wrong way to go. It strikes a strange balance between making the player feel lost enough to want to venture forward and find a path, but it never makes them feel so lost that they feel like they may be going the wrong way or doing the wrong thing. The world is also littered with collectibles and small optional areas to explore, which only adds to the intrigue, mystery, and world building. And don't worry, there's also a handy chapter select post-game for any completionist cleanup. So, in the end, it would be easy to say that Gris isn't for everyone. While there's plenty out there who won't find the game appealing due to its lack of challenge, short length, and artistic focus, such elements are all implemented by the game's makers intentionally. Gris knows what it is, and it knows it's not for everyone. But more than that, it seems to know those to whom it wants to appeal on a more intimate level. In order to get the most out of it, it requires the player to be in a certain headspace, to be in the mood for a relaxing, visceral, short, emotional but obtuse story, played in solidarity and in only 1 or 2 sittings. If this sounds like your jam, or you're just in the mood for something a little lower key between blockbuster AAA titles, then few experiences come higher recommended than Gris. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you want to experience Gris in its entirety but don't have the means or time to play it at home, a full, no commentary playthrough can be found on the channel. I'll include the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for more content.